Vedavyas, the great sage who wrote something like Mahabharata, will not waste his time in writing meaningless Puranas, right? Now, our logical mind might think that how can someone just churn an ocean? This is so illogical. So, what was the purpose then? The purpose is most of the Puranic stories are allegorical. What is allegory? Allegory is something with two meanings. One is apparent and another one you have to find out. So today we are going to dissect the story of Samudra Manthan. Samudra Manthan. It's a very common story where Devas and Asuras are churning the ocean to get the jewels, but first there appeared the halahal. So what is the allegorical meaning of it? Now, if I take the definition of modern psychology, our mind is like the ocean. Even if we don't take the modern psychology, our mind is actually like an ocean. It's never ending. Your thoughts are coming like waves and it's going on and on and on. There is no end to it. Now, whenever we are taking a decision, there are two sides. One is ethical, one is non-ethical or unethical, whatever you say. One is logical, one is emotional. There are always two sides. You got a job in Mumbai. You have to move out from your native village to go to Mumbai and leave behind your parents. So there will be two sides. The emotional one will bind you to your family, and the logical one will tell you to go, to grab that opportunity, isn't it? And a girl falling for a toxic guy. So the logical mind will say that, one side of our character will say that he is not good for you. And the emotional one will say that, so what? Just proceed, this is love. So there are always two sides inside of our mind. And then who is the Kurma avatar? The Kurma avatar is the upbringing, the ground, the foundation, the teachings we got from our parents or teachers or books, whatever it is. The Meru Parvat is our principle. And the Bandhan, the Vasukinag, the churning rope, is our Samsara Bandhan, the Nag Pash we call, the Pash of Samsara, which is binding you to your native place, which is binding you to that toxic guy. The bondages, the emotional attachments, let's say. And now the two sides are churning because you are going to take a decision. It is a difficult decision. That is why the churning is necessary. And the final decision is like Amrita, the nectar. But before that, we have to go through the halahal phase. If it's a really life-changing decision, then you got to admit that you feel the pain in your throat area. You feel like crying, but you can't. There is something stuck in your throat. You can't just gulp it down. But if you have the calmness and the patience and the serenity and the control like Lord Shiva, then you can become Neelkanth too. That is the whole point. If it is done in this way, you will get the nectar, all the gems and everything. The moment you got to the final decision, you will realize that there are small gems and everything you got throughout the journey, throughout the churning process, the realizations. Yes, you said yes to that particular job, but you realize that from Mumbai, you can take care of your parents in a different way. You can perform your duty as a son or daughter better. So, this is the beauty of Indian Puranas, Sanatan Dharma. Om Namah Shivaya.